Hi, this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia, and this is your weekly tarot guidance for the week of December 25th through the 31st of 2017. First, I want to say Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Happy holidays. I mentioned all the other holidays last week in my weekly. So much going on, right? This week, the only thing, astrologically that I'm going to mention is that Venus will be entering business-minded Capricorn. So we'll have a lot of Capricorn energy going on now. We saw Saturn move there last week, and we also had the Sun enter Capricorn as well. So, it's a good thing because as we're gearing up for the new year, we are going to become more focused and serious toward our goals and things that we wish to accomplish. So this energy is all here to help us out. Now, as far as this week goes, first of all, it's the end of the year. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I don't know if anyone can even believe it. Because for many months, it felt like nothing was happening. And then recently, so much has happened. So, here you are. Okay. With a much clearer path in front of you. Not entirely sure of everything that you wish to manifest. Okay. But, I'm like tongue-tied, okay, because the full moon will actually be on the 1st when we get to next week, and it just feels like you're really trying, like really trying to tap into your intuition. You have to remember that Mercury's still in shadow, so you might still be having a little bit of a fog over a couple things, because it's kind of like that, what am I going to do next type of thing. You've done so much, and I think you're just wanting to get it all underway, be done with this year, move on the next year, make things happen. You've got that list and you want to work on it. Okay. But your accomplishments, it's wow. The success, the change that you have created, it's going to keep on growing. And I've mentioned this before, but I really feel like the next big time, like where there is an opening, and I want to say an opening that takes you to like the next level, okay? If we want to think of it in terms of levels. And I want to say in April. And I feel like it's whatever you were working on last month, near the end of the month. That's where your biggest change came in your life. And, here you are, wanting to go forward, wanting to organize everything that you possibly can. Kind of in some ways, and I just think it's the energies that are around that feeling a little bit held up. But it's okay, because once we get to like the 10th of next month, we'll be like, all systems go. Okay? So keep that in mind. Just have patience with it. I keep telling everybody this month, just enjoy the holidays. Just enjoy like settling into your new life. And some of this month has been very hectic. This month, more so this week, I think is kind of like that, not so much winding down, but getting ready to just break out and go check out the new life. What's interesting here, of course, the 31st is New Year's Eve, and pretty much everybody, recognizes that. And, there's something going on here. Like I said, the 1st will be the full moon. So it's like the year ends with you feeling fulfilled, with you feeling pleased with yourself, regarding your wishes. I'm just like, yeah, this is a magnificent time. I really feel that there is a big difference this year with all the holidays that are going on. So as you sit down to toast New Year's Eve, if you do, you're going to be very thankful for all of the change that has come. And, also feeling very enlightened, I want to say, regarding these changes and how you have brought into being this new security that you have in your life. So this is a very, it's been a big turning point in these last couple of months where you've seen from getting nowhere to all of a sudden things are happening and you're working on them. There is no doubt in my mind. So it would appear that New Year's, whether it's club soda or a glass of wine or champagne, that there is a reason to raise your glass. That is my point with that. Now, as far as things wanting to move forward, I want to say that there was news that arrived at the time of the new moon last week. It probably has you reflecting a great deal. Whether it came as news or it came as forward movement in your life. And you're like, okay, what do I want to do now? Because when we talk about this identity, it's not like one day you wake up and suddenly you're someone different. But there's definitely a day between last month and this month where you wake up and you're like, wow, I can't believe I'm here. All right. But the journey doesn't stop here. The journey keeps on going. All right. That's important to know. But once in a while, you have to stop, you have to reflect, and you have to think about not as much the past stuff, but the future stuff. Like, what are you willing to accept in your life? Because I think that the same old, whether it's situations or people or whatever, you're going to be like, this isn't working for me the way it is. So something's going on. Okay. And, that part's hard to explain because the situations are different from person to person. But let's say you knew someone and it was never the way it should be. Is it going to be the way it should be? Maybe yes, maybe no. But you're probably thinking about it, especially if that person has come around. Because last week we talked about, that something going on with Mercury retrograde, the truce, commitments, things of that nature, relationships. So relationships are more on everyone's mind right now, but we are still in Mercury's shadow. We're going to have some very good moments coming up in the coming year to focus more on them. Right now, like I said, the timing is bad. I would not, commit to anything because I think it would just bring disappointment. But the future is different. It's definitely going to change. You just have to have patience. Now, you haven't heard me say that as much lately because patience has brought you quite a bit. And I think that that's something that you've realized. It's brought you, closer to your hopes and dreams. It's definitely helped eliminate so much turbulence that was in your life. And the turbulence where it felt like a bumpy ride was because you couldn't seem to overcome certain situations. And believe me, it was not for a lack of trying. So many of you tried. And finally, you're turning your back on that. You're preparing for the life that is to come. And, it's almost like how you're going to handle it. I don't know how to explain it. But you look at life differently now. So, I think you're going to delegate portions of your life to different things. It's not all going to be lumped in one pile, in other words, where you're going to be able to say, okay, me time. Okay, yeah, I can help you a little bit over here. I can help you a little bit over there. Me time. Okay, and there's going to be that greater balance in your life. You can't give and give and give. And believe me, I'm well aware. I'm not talking about being selfish. There's a difference between being selfish and not overgiving of yourself, because I was actually raised to give. But I have found that doesn't always work out the best for you in the long run. And therefore, one needs to learn to curb that. And remember once in a while that if you don't stop and take care of you, then you have nothing left to give. Okay? So that's an important lesson to know as we enter into the new year. It's going to be an integral part of your future as you go forward. And I think it will allow you to remain more balanced as you're going along. It isn't just a new year that's coming up. This is a new beginning. Like, I remember doing last week's and I was like, wow, just talk about feeling in control of your life once again. Feeling like you're in power. Everything coming to fruition And for some reason, I need to mention it again. Something since last week's new moon has you feeling really inspired. Has you feeling like, your abundance is there. I think the first couple of weeks of the month may have been a little on the hectic side, trying to get things done, whether they were holiday related. I think they were more related to whatever the change was that took place in your life. Okay? But this has put you in a much better position where you feel that you're able now to create. You're able to take that solid base that you have and build whatever you want. Like the universe is saying, what do you want? What will make you happy? All right. I really like this. So, plans are a little bit on hold at the moment. That's not to say that you shouldn't have any, but I think by February you'll be better equipped to make important decisions. All right. Right now is kind of like an in-between mode. All right. We just had Saturn enter Capricorn. Like I said, the sun entered Capricorn. We're in a new season. And, let this new energy come in. And like I said, Capricorn is very goal-oriented. And, focus on your goals, but don't act on them yet. Just wait. All right. The timing will be much better during January to do that. But you're definitely aware of change. You're aware of things that have happened. I think some of it has come to you in the form of news and communication. And that's what really has you thinking. Okay? All the things that have been going on. There's a lot to think about. Like it might not even be so much about seeing people this week. It is about sitting there going, wow, this happened and that happened and that happened. And you know how it kind of swirls and whirls around in your head and you're trying to keep up with all of the change. So don't worry about trying to do anything about it this week. Just enjoy the holidays. Just try your best to keep that balance in your life. Those of you who work, the balance between work and home, etc., all of that. But it's kind of, I don't want to say it like, the mixture of what's going in. Like the secret ingredients. Yeah. Because when you put the secret ingredients in the pot, eventually, it kind of like blows the lid off the pot and everything changes and everybody goes, wow, what is it that you've created? Okay. It's not time to unveil it just yet. Let everybody think that your big coup was whatever you just did. You have so much more to come, believe me. So I would say that because we're waiting until, the 10th, 11th of January to get going with things, kind of just keep all your new stuff behind the scenes. Work on it quietly. Okay. Many of you might be on vacation this week. This is a big vacation week for people, but not everybody. And then there are those like myself whose brain never shuts off and you're always thinking about what else you need to do. Okay. Just hang in there. Just hang in there. One of the most important things that I see here, it's that all the time, being careful with those full moons and new moons. And you have to remember, as you're coming into New Year's Eve, you're in that full moon energy. The first will be the full moon in Cancer. That's next week. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be talking about it this week. And what do I always say? Do not engage. All right? Do not engage. Everybody's probably sitting out there saying, all right, Cecilia, at what point can I let this person have it? That's different. When you have someone that you need to, blast them for being however they are, that's different. This is more of that kind of like just watching, because some people don't realize it. And when we have full moons and new moons, they say things that they can't take back. And then it's out there. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's where you're better off. If you don't know, if someone's giving you a hard time, in other words, You don't know what their motivation is, but maybe you've been paying attention and you realize that every time there's a new moon or a full moon or something else, that they kind of go a little over the edge. Just don't engage. Just, just go with the flow, and that's it. All right, that's it. Because this new season is a wondrous one that we've come into. All right. And it's leading into things as the seasons switch throughout 2018 that are just so much better, that are toward your hopes and dreams. So there's kind of like this, just sit still for now, all right, and see what is coming, but just let yourself enjoy. I think many out there are still like, wow, is the universe going to change its mind? You know what I'm saying? Because when you get in that mode for as long of a time as so many of you have, and it seems like, nothing wanted to go right. I can remember saying to a friend of mine a few weeks back, wow, these may sound like little things, but to me it's a big deal. Everything in my day went the right way. You get a little tired sometimes of just backtracking and trying to make things work. But we start to live with that feeling that the other shoe's going to drop. Something's going to go wrong. We start making a mountain out of a molehill. We don't have to, okay? We really, truly don't have to. You have, at this point, you have truly reclaimed your power. And it is the power over the hard times. Now, the only thing that I can see that really can prevent you from moving forward come next month is if you allow yourself to, fear things that, make up scenarios of your own. This is a very good time right now to be, pondering your next move, assessing all the progress that you have made throughout this year. And you know how I feel if you've been listening. I'm not all about let's make those, resolutions. See, I couldn't even think of the word. All right, for 2018, because it's not that way. Because we're not going to get up on January 1st next week and say, okay, that's it. It all starts here, because it really won't. It won't start for a couple more weeks, but it will start earlier in 2018 than it did in 2017. And that's a big old thank goodness. So you have, you've struggled to get through it. You've stood your ground, and it's not just success. It's about life being more fair, life being more balanced. And this is over the hard times. So, you've risen to this point where as you approach this coming full moon, you are, it's not just about a new year. It's about new beginnings. It's about the vision that you have, because you have taken charge of your life once again. And I think that it's just like the first couple weeks of this month, they felt pretty hectic. And we had a lot of energy changes throughout the month. And now we're in a whole new cycle that has opened up since last week. And we'll be talking about a number of different things over the next few years. Okay? I do, God willing, hope to be around with all of you for that long. Now, that's just it. I'm telling you, there's a big change, like a rebirth in your life. And it's all about what you want to create. What are your goals? Like I said, that Capricorn energy, yeah. You're going to amaze yourself this year. Really, truly. Talk about moving on with your life. It's a whole different ball game. I think so many of you are going to put a lot of your focus, not just toward the security that you felt you lost in recent years, whether it was financial or otherwise, but that, what your hopes and dreams are. What not just will make you happy, but love itself, pursuits of excellence in your life, things that you want to go for, doors that you want to open. So this week, let's all raise our glass to 2017 as we bid it goodbye, and raise our glass to 2018 to welcome it in. And just relax. Enjoy this week for what it is, whether you're on vacation or not. And do pay attention, because in the next couple of weeks, there will be announcements about things I am deciding on for the coming year that will be available or not available, or whatever the case may be, that I will be letting everyone know about. And that's regarding Facebook, Patreon, and everything else. So I just want to keep everybody informed. All right. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here with me in 2017. Happy New Year. I'll see you again real soon. Take care.